Hello, my name is Scott Giorgio, and this is a little bit of my story. My mother and father were told that I had a slight birth defect. Basically, the veins in my back were under one layer of skin. By the time I was 6 years old, that small birth defect had turned into a major problem. So the doctors decided to do an experimental surgery to submerge those veins. And that took several surgeries over the course of a few years. Until I was 13. 13 was when I experienced my first inability to move my legs. I went to get out of bed and my legs wouldn't move. And I felt a pain that I had never felt was excruciating. In fact, I almost felt like I was going to pass out, and I let out a scream. My mother came to my aid and took me to the doctor, and that's when I was introduced to pain relievers and muscle relaxants. And the protocol was I was to lay on the floor for 3 days and take the pain pills and the muscle relaxants until it passed. And it did. And I went on to lead pretty much a normal life. I would have back pain here and there occasionally, but being young and active, it didn't slow me down, and I just thought everybody had it. It was normal. 26 years, I followed my wife around all over the world. And my back slowly became more of an issue. It would go out more frequently, and when it would go out, it would last longer. Every time I'd go to see the doctor, it was the same thing. Here's Percocet, here's Valium, take 3 days bed rest. And then that got to be where I would only be on Percocet and Valium for a week, and then after 6 months, it became me be on it for a month, and then it started to get on it where I was on it probably 3 times a year for 1 to 2 months. I was diagnosed bipolar, manic depression. When I found out what bipolar was, it explained a lot to me about the way I was living my life. So it wasn't just me, there was an underlying cause. I gave in to that diagnosis, and I started taking every drug that the psychiatrist gave me, and he gave me plenty. And when one didn't seem to be working, he would stop that one immediately and put me on a different one. And so that started my mental decline into what I would say just it was insanity. The back pain was getting just as bad. So away I went back to the pain management doctor, and that's when they said the Percocet and the Valium weren't going to be enough, and that was my introduction to Oxycontin. And then the Oxycontin, once they maxed me out in the Oxycontin, they added Dilaudid, and then up my Valium even more. And then I would come in for still doing epidurals, still doing facet injections, and then I'd get the occasional morphine injection. By 2009, I had been bedridden now, completely bedridden, for the better part of 2 years. My wife's heart was breaking. I wasn't a husband to my wife. I was not functional in any capacity. I wasn't the father to my children. So we went and we back to the neurosurgeon and we begged him to help us. He said, I really think you should try acupuncture and chiropractic, and explained to him that we have military insurance, which is TRICARE. No one accepts that, and I have been unemployed for 2 years. We're losing our home. We've already lost a car. I can't afford that. All I can afford is what my insurance will pay for. So I am now surgery. 1 year and 9 months clean. I am on no pain medications. I am on no mental medications. If you ask my doctors, I still am bipolar, or anybody you know is going through anything like I went through, you're struggling with mental illness, you're struggling with addiction, you're struggling with addiction because of pain, you don't have to give in to that, and it's not the end of the road. If you or anybody needs help, or you just have questions, please, by all means, call the Lighthouse Addiction and Counseling Helpline. It's 1-877-562-2565. There's care guides that are standing by waiting for your call, just wanting to help. Even if you just need someone to pray with, we're there for you. Give a call today, won't you? To God be the glory. Great things He has done. God bless.